All right. All right. Yes, now the sound is better. We had a sound issue, but it's fixed, I think. That's weird. Yes, sound is fixed. That's super weird. We had a sound issue for a second. Anyway, not a big deal. So as I was saying, hope you're doing well. Middle of the week, hump day, Wednesday, 2:02 p.m. here in Calgary. I have a lot of stuff that needs to get done. Not a lot of stuff, actually. It's a small amount of stuff that needs to get done, and it's relatively urgent, but I haven't just been sitting down and completing it. I've been procrastinating. And so I decided I'd quickly just pop on a live stream, get it on my face. That forces me to sit and just work in a pretty concentrated way. So yeah, audio is going to be off for. Is this audio still working? Yeah, it's still working. So audio might be off for chunks of it, but I will make sure that I turn it on from time to time. Check the chat, say hello, things like that. Yeah, let's. Oh, yeah, let's jump in. I have one little thing I want to talk about, but I think I'll bring it up later. So, all right, my microphone is turning off. Microphone's turning off, but feel free to keep this playing in the background as you're doing any work. Or if, yeah, type any questions in the chat if you have any. So let me just edit this video. Actually, I want to change one little thing. Feel free to keep this open in the background while you work as well. There we go. Save changes. Okie dokie. Perfect. What? Why is it doing that? Seriously? Oh, there we go. Okay, it's fixed. Awesome sauce. Now we'll turn the sound off, and as I get my work done. Oh, quick thing, actually. I'll type it in the chat, too. Quick little thing. For anyone who's watching, what is this, voicemail? For anyone who is watching this currently, if you want to help me out, send me, what is this? What is this? Oh, okay, one of those. So anyway, if you want to help me out, you can help me out by sending me in the chat here. Type in some common English expressions. That'll help. I need some common English expressions or sentences or words. So go for it. Hey, Andy, just saw you in the chat. If you want to help me with one thing, anyone who's watching this, if you want to help out with some of the work that I'm doing, because I could use a little bit of help. I mean, I'm preparing for a pronunciation workshop, or rather, not only preparing, it's actually already prepared. I know exactly what I'm doing. Everything is ready to go for the workshop. I just need to get a couple of little things done for it. So one activity that I'm running needs some common expressions. Let me see here. Need some common expressions in English. And they need to fall into the following categories. I have a bunch already, but any extras, I can always add them in, and like it'll just help. So the categories I have: yes, no questions, open-ended questions, angry statements, sad statements, happy statements, or anything surprising. Okay, those are the 6 categories I have. If you have other categories, feel free to throw them in as well. But this is an exercise we're going to be doing to practice different rhythm and different intonations in English. So if you have any other categories you think would work, or if you have any expressions that could fit into those categories, throw them in. Type them into the chat. I'll add them to my list and add them to the worksheets that I have that I've got to print out right now, which is what I'm doing. So just working on some of the formatting of the sheet and preparing a bit of a sign-in sheet as well, which I haven't done yet. So that's the one thing you guys can help with if you want to. So what I'll do actually is I'll type it in the chat so you guys can see it. I'll type it in right now so you can see my request. So expressions that fall into these categories. Yes, no questions. So actually common expressions. Angry statements, sad, happy statements, surprise. Also, if you have any other categories that influence tone or intonation / rhythm in English, feel free to type those in as well. Okay, awesome. So yeah, that's what you can do. So if you want to help out. If not, just keep this playing in the background if you want to. Back on mute. Hey, just saw the question in the chat about overcoming the intermediate plateau. Yeah, I'll give a couple of thoughts, and I have to quickly run to the washroom. So yeah, a couple of thoughts on being an intermediate plateau. The first thing to realize is that it actually does take a long, it can, depending on the language, it can feel like, it, how do I say this? It can feel, the intermediate plateau, it takes a long time to break from an intermediate to advanced. So the first thing to understand is that it does take a long time regardless. So it's not necessarily something that's going to come very quickly per se, because to go from a beginner to intermediate, one of the big obstacles is grammar, right? Learning different tenses, learning, articles, learning cases, learning gender, learning all this stuff, right? That's one of the obstacles to getting to an intermediate level. Often to go from intermediate and to break into advanced, you need to know different things. You need to know more vocabulary often, right? Vocabulary about different, a wider variety of categories, I guess you could say. And vocabulary, there's more nouns and more vocabulary and adjectives to know than there are grammar points. There's always less grammar than there is words. And so the first thing to understand is that it probably will just take you time, and patience is a really big thing for the intermediate plateau. The other thing that helps, at least in my experience with breaking past that intermediate stage and into advanced, is realizing that the knowledge you have as an intermediate speaker or an intermediate person in the language, it's probably in your brain, but it's probably not overly deep. It might take you time to access that information. And so I would be doing lots of practice with advanced or native speakers, whether it is like typing practice, you're talking to them, in Facebook groups or different forums, or whether it be language exchanges online through websites like italki or through apps like HelloTalk, or whether it be traveling abroad, whether it be, conversation classes, anything that makes you practice the language and apply the knowledge you already have is also going to go a long way to helping you become a lot more fluent, a lot more advanced. A couple other things I would say as well is, I said it before, but I would put a really big focus on learning vocabulary. I said it before, but a big focus on learning vocabulary will help. And I would learn vocabulary, 2 tips for vocabulary that really help you remember. One is learning them in opposites. I saw this on someone's Instagram. I wish I remember who it was, but someone's Instagram, learning them in opposites. So when you learn big, learn small at the same time. When you learn, huge, learn tiny, right? When you learn, I don't know, when you learn, I don't look around me for like inspiration. When you learn pen, learn paper, right? Learn things in pairs, right? Like what feels like opposites to you, it'll help you remember. That's a really big one. And lastly, for vocabulary, what I'll say, oh, this is shocking my ear. That's weird. Anyway, last thing I'll say on vocabulary is learning, learning by the categories that are the most relevant or the most useful to you. So where's my Chinese textbook? Let me show you something. Is it reachable? It might be in my backpack. It might be upstairs. I actually don't know where it is. I don't have it. It's somewhere around me. But so for example, in my Chinese textbook, my Mandarin textbook, this thing is like popping at me. That's really weird. I don't know why. Keep this one out. So in my Mandarin textbook, there's different pages with vocabulary per unit. One thing I do is I don't actually learn every single word. I will learn the words that I like the most or that feel the most useful for me. And I put a lot of my attention on those because usually they fall into different categories of words that I feel like are important, like in the house. Recently, I came across an in the house category or chapter in my textbook. And I was like, oh, that just feels relevant. I see a lot of stuff in my house. I want to see how to say, cupboard and pantry and table and chair and floor and sink and living room and couch. All these things I didn't really know. Some of them I knew, but a lot of them I didn't. And I was like, oh, that feels relevant. So focusing your attention on those types of vocabulary points will definitely help a lot too. So I'm going to run to the washroom, be back in a sec. I'll type it in the chat too. Actually, I'll do it like this. I'll share my screen. That's what I'll do. I'll share my screen and be like, be right back. It'll be funny. Let me close a couple things. Close iTunes. I don't need that open. Here we go. Let's type it in here. Be right back. A little bigger. There we go. And let's just share my screen here. There we go. Be right back. Okay, hang on. Okay, I'm back. There we go. All right, people are still here. Cool. All right, back to work. Check the chat quickly before working. Whoa, what the heck? Close that. Okay, let's check the chat quickly. Great, nothing new. Anyway, tech response. I hope that answer a little while ago helped you, but. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, mute the microphone. All right, one job is done. One job that doesn't take very long. It's not like that difficult, but it's done. I got my sign-in sheets ready to go. So every time well, not every time, but often when I have events, I'll have like an info sheet, just like a sign-in sheet, right? Like just it's relevant to the event. So just have to get that one ready. Oh, that's a weird spacing. Ah, that's a really strange spacing that happened. Shoot. Ah, well, it is what it is. It's not like, it's not the end of the world. It's not gonna, I'm not gonna reprint 16 sheets because of that. It's a waste of paper. I gotta staple all of them. Staple, 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 staple. Staple these ones. That's a really funny thing, actually. If I talk to someone with an Indian accent, if I talk to them long enough, I have to be very mindful not to take an Indian accent in English. It's a really weird thing. Like, I remember I was at this event the other day, like a Gujarati event, and everyone's Gujarati, obviously. And so I had to leave, and I speak English without any Gujarati accent, no Indian accent, right? And I went, and so I wanted to say, sorry, guys, I have to go, right? And so I said it in Gujarati, but the first word, sorry, or sorry if you're, anyway, I said with an Indian accent. I was like, sorry. And I was like, why am I talking like sorry? Why am I saying sorry and not sorry? Like, I know how to say sorry. Like, I know how. But I'm saying sorry. Sorry, bada mare nikalwanu che. Like, yeah, it was interesting. Sorry. I have another funny story. I haven't shared this, Tony. This will be good for the 5, 6, however many of you. How many are you here? You guys are 5, 4, 6 of you, I think, whatever. Yeah, anyway, so whatever. For the 4 of you here, here's a funny story that I haven't shared. Haven't really shared elsewhere. Actually, I want to get this in my vlog too. Let me get my camera on and get this in the vlog. All right. I have my camera sitting here. So I'll get this in the vlog too. What was my funny story? I had a funny story for you guys. I actually don't remember, what was it? Oh yeah. So when I was in India recently, you know, people obviously are speaking Gujarati and some were speaking Hindi in India, where I was. And what was really interesting to me is that even though people are speaking Gujarati and Hindi, people would often mix English and use some English in the Gujarati and Hindi. And the thing though is that they would often have, or almost always have, an accent in the English words that they used. And so sometimes if someone was speaking to me in Gujarati and they happen to be mixing more English than Gujarati, like they're just doing it because that's their style of speaking or whatever, because sometimes people have that style, you know, I would sometimes also include some English, but I would include English in the Indian styles. I have this like nice Indian accent when I'd speak. Like I remember specifically, there's this one time where we had people over at the apartment where I was living. Some were Gujarati, some were only Hindi speaking. So most of the conversations were happening in Hindi. But on the occasion that we spoke in English for my benefit, you know, I would, it was so weird, but I would speak with a bit of an accent in English. Like I was like, man, I just feel so strange talking like this in India. Like everyone's like talking with an accent. Like I need to talk with an accent too. And it's so strange. And it made me wonder, like if I ever moved to England or like Australia or Ireland or somewhere that has a different accent than me, I think I would probably it would be very difficult. But if I stay there for a long time, I'd probably adopt some of their accent. Like it would just need to happen for me to feel quote unquote normal. For those of you who are in my inner circle, which is not a lot of you, so I sent out this video of last week or the Sunday rather, of a singer or dancer singer. I'm not really sure who she is, but she's American but has been living in the UK for a long time, and it was so interesting listening to her accent because she had this like weird American British kind of hybrid that I just thought was super fascinating. One of my friends is living in England from Canada, and she has a similar accent too, and I've heard her in her Instagram streams and stuff. It's really fascinating. Okay, so that job is done. What's the next job on the list? Let's take that off the sign-in sheets. Complete. I should bring some extra pens and paper for people because people often forget that kind of stuff. So actually, I might have some in my backpack already. I don't remember. Ow. I think I do. I don't remember anymore. Nope, that's a whiteboard eraser. I could have sworn that I was like feeling around in my backpack and I felt like a bundle of, unless I took it out. I used to have this like big bundle of pens, but I must have taken it out and put it somewhere. I used to have one, but unless it's in here. No, it's not in there. Okay, I don't have a big bundle of pens anymore. Okay, that is what it is. Let's get, I guess I'll just take some of these pens. There's what, 12 people, so probably people have pens. Let's just test some of these on some scrap, maybe in the corner. Here's some scrap paper. This pen works. How many pens do I carry in my pencil case? Let's see, I have some pens in here, I think. Just make sure I get them back. By the way, cool pencil case, right? Let's see, do I carry a lot? I have one. Actually, Tomo has some pens too. So I don't need a lot of extra pens. I'll just bring my pencil case. That's fine. I don't need extra pens. Tomo's got some. Paper. Should I bring extra paper? I'll bring my notebook. That'll do it. If I just bring my notebook, that has paper in it. Although I've lost my notebook. Oh, I found my notebook. That's funny. Dun, 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 dun. Notebook. Oh, I found my notebook. My earphones aren't being nice to me? Why? Why do you say that, Andy? Oh, I see why you're saying that. I get it, Andy. I got it. All right, notebook. When I moved back to Oregon after going to college, I picked up a Midwestern accent. Nice. I don't have a lot of paper left in this notebook. That's interesting. But if people have not brought paper, there's enough to give people. Okay. So this paper, in case people forget, I have some pens, so we can take those off the list. Oh, man, I don't know if I want to do that or not. Do I want to? Good idea. We have a pronunciation, me and the guy running this event that I'm hosting it in tandem with, we have a pronunciation and accent reduction course that's going to be starting. And it would be nice if I had a sheet, like some takeaway sheet that people could take home about the course. I have to make it then. I have to design it now. And it starts in 3 hours. It's so weird. I always do this, and I don't really feel negatively about it. Oh, this is still recording. Would you look at that? Oh, I need to charge my camera battery. That's important. That's not on the list, but my camera was still recording after all that. I didn't want all that recorded. That's okay. Now I have extra stuff. I can use it for B-roll or something. So yeah, every time I have events, I always do the same. It's really interesting. I always leave like 5% of the jobs for the day of. Like I just feel like I need to just kind of sit on them and just get them done last minute. So it's always 95% planned, and the day of I'm doing like a 5% little stuff like sign-in sheets But I mean, this takeaway sheet about our pronunciation course, the idea came to me yesterday in the evening. So I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So we'll see if I can put one together quickly. I can usually design stuff relatively fast. So what the hell's going on with this tripod here? It's not coming undone. Yo, tripod, work with me. Yo, what the heck is happening? What? Hang on, something's going on here. It's like almost detached, but it's not detaching. There we go. There we go. There we go. You're almost out. I could tell you're out. There we go. Okay. Charge the camera battery so I can record the event today. This event today, I think it's going to be a really good one. I'm excited to get this on camera. Boy, it's going to make for a good. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Pronunciation is my wheelhouse. It's like I'm good at it. So yeah. Just a second. I gotta charge this. I'm gonna charge my battery. I think the second battery's charged. I have a second one. I just don't remember if I've charged this one. I should charge it if I haven't to be safe, because it's going to be like a whole 2 hours of video. So do you want to know where I am from in the live chat? No, don't want to know where you're from. Never. Don't tell us. Just joking. Where are you from? Tell us. Where are you from? Okay, so maybe that's the last priority, is like the takeaway sheet about the pronunciation course. Maybe that's the last priority. Let's finish these sheets with common expressions. Let's use some of it. Let's open that sheet up. Use Andy's stuff as well. We can add some of those in. Okay. Actually, hang on, I gotta check something about that activity. Actually, what am I doing? Like, I know what I'm doing, but hang on. Hey, I want to say this out loud. I'm actually just rethinking a plan I had for today. Just rethinking it. Maybe anyone who's done pronunciation work. I think Andy's still in here. Andy, I think you did your ESL teaching. If you have any feedback, let me know. So I have an activity we're going to be doing just to practice rhythm, but also pronunciation. Some backstory, this workshop I'm running, there's a variety of levels coming. Some people, I have no idea what levels are going to be. Some are probably going to be better than others. I did state that I want like pretty advanced speakers of English. I don't want any issues with some people being like, oh, you're talking too fast or anything like that. So I'm hoping that doesn't become a challenge, but the accents are going to be quite varied. So one activity we're doing that actually not hopefully, I'm going to make sure that everybody gets something away from it. One thing I'm planning is I've got the sheet with different questions and statements that are very common day to day. Happy things, sad things, like the bunch of different types of statements. I'm going to read them as they should be read out. The whole class is roughly 12-ish people, maybe 10, 12 people. The whole class is going to read them out, like copy it as after I say it. After each statement, I'll probably get a couple of people in the class, we can't do all 12, to say it as well so I can hear. And then I'll answer any questions people have. We'll do that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to break people up into pairs and have them practice together with those statements. And I'm going to bounce around different groups to listen and give individualized feedback. That's an activity I'm thinking of doing. Actually, I'm going to do. I guess I'm just throwing it out to see any quick thoughts, any quick feedback, anything you'd recommend I change or adjust. I think that's going to be really good, but something I'm planning. Another thing I'm just not concerned, but one thing on my mind is the timing of the day, like the timing of the event and what we spend time on. I almost think now that I'm really spending some time right now thinking about it, I think I should have some backup activities planned in case we're burning through stuff quickly, like quicker than I thought. So I need to add that to the list. Let's add that to the list of things I need to get ready. So I need 4. I need backup activities in case we are going through the material too quickly or quicker than I thought. I don't have any backup stuff. That's something I need to plan then. So I need to get that ready too. Okay. So let's write the sheet ready because the sheet is necessary. So anyway, any feedback on the activity? I think it's a good one, but if you have any thoughts, type them in the chat. Okay, so what were my categories again? My categories are, let's get these. So yes, no questions. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm gonna type a few here. Oh man, I should have done this directly in a Word document. It's so funny when you've planned something in a not Word document, but that's a learning point. I've done this before though. sometimes I plan things not in a Word document, and then I have to like amalgamate it properly in a Word document. And I should probably just do it directly in the Word document to save time. So we have yes, no questions. Are you hungry? Let's just copy some of Andy's in right now too while I'm at it, so I don't forget and they don't get lost in the chat. Yeah, good point, Andy. That's a good one. Yeah, I didn't say that, but that is part of the plan. Visuals are good. Where's Andy's stuff here? I'm just gonna copy and paste them. Otherwise, they'll get lost in the chat. Just copy. And just paste them up here. Oh wow, it's cool. Your picture even pasted in the Word document. That's funny. Okay. Anyway, I'm going back on mute. Back on mute, guys. Type in if you have any questions. I just want to play music in the background, and I don't want YouTube to do any copyright stuff. So sorry. Mute. Andy, those list questions were really good. I didn't think of the list ones like this or this or that. Like that's one that didn't occur to me. That's a good one. Thanks for the suggestion. I appreciate that. All right. Here's a bit of a piece of advice for you guys, actually. Advice. Here we go. Sorry. Yeah, some advice as well as quick update. So, I mean, not advice, but something I do that works for me is when I have events or if I'm teaching or if I like whatever, if I'm doing something, some sort of teaching or event, if I'm running something, unless it's something I have a lot of experience with, and actually, even if I have a lot of experience, one of the things that I do is I plan a lot of it, and there's probably 10 to 20% flex of how I want it to go. So for example, I just finished a sheet, a pronunciation, the pronunciation activity sheet here, right? So I've got, oopsies, oh crap, I messed that up. So I've got a bunch of categories. I've just stuck with yes, no questions, open-ended questions. I have a bunch of general statements. I took Andy's suggestion of responding to bad news. I have a category of expressing surprise. I've got a bunch of different categories, right? Open-ended questions, a lot of categories here that we're going to go through. But I'm really aware that people are going to have their own things that they want feedback on. They'll be like, what about that? What about this scenario? What about this? And they'll have questions that there's no way I can prepare for them all. The good news is I'm super knowledgeable and super good at pronunciation, so I can think on the fly. So just one of those things, whenever I prep for things, is always 80% planned or more than, I don't know, more than 80 planned. And then there's this like flex available that I know that I'm going to, potentially have to improvise and such, just depending on how things go. So like specifically on my sheet, I've got number 7 or category number 7, whatever. The last category is whatever. And how many are there actually? 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, not a big deal. The final category is like other types of situations or sentences they want to practice, right? Because I know they're going to have some. So got to print this one out now. I should almost, actually, no, that's fine. Here we go. So I got to print out. Let's do, I don't really, I'll need one for myself. And then I'll need, roughly 12 attendees. So maybe if we do 15 printed, just to be safe in case someone messes, like rips it or something. Okay, let's print 15 copies. Okay, so that is done. Let's take that off the list. Oh, I got to plug my laptop into the printer. It's done. Come on, laptop. Come on, plug, reach. There we go. Now it'll print. So this sheet is done. Oh, I should check my camera battery. I didn't check to see if it's fully charged. It says it's charged. It's not dropping, so must be charged. Excellent. So I have one charged battery, and I charge a second one. Is there only one sheet, or is this a 2-sheeted thing? Oh, no, it's 2 sheets. Definitely 2 sheets. Okay. Takes forever. I feel like the longer I stream, the more the viewing count goes up. Like we're at 6 currently, right? I think it started off at 1, and it just kind of slowly goes up. Oh, Andy says he missed my advice. Pretty straightforward. I just said it's not really advice. It's more just something I do whenever I plan events or if I'm teaching or whatever. 80% is planned, and there's probably 20% that ends up being not improvised, but there's room for. Oh, is it still printing? There we go. There's room for like making changes. So for example, this thing I just printed out, it's one of the activities, one of the sheets we're going to be working with, one of the activities, which is just intonation and a lot of intonation and pronunciation. So But there's a chunk of it where it's going, okay, what other types of expressions or phrases or whatnot do you want to specifically work on? So what was your question? Andy said, will your pronunciation workshop have a module about word accent? What do you mean by word accent? I'm curious what you mean. So one of the things I'm still learning about. So here's the thing about pronunciation and accents. It's something that it's so natural for me, and I really understand at a deep level, well, at a good level, let's say, how to break down pronunciation, how to help people improve it, how to improve accent. It's something that it's quite natural to me. But I don't always know the exact terminologies for things. Actually, with language learning, I'm similar. When I came into it, I was good at it, but I didn't know a lot of the technical words, and now I'm learning them slowly. So Andy, please give me some help. What is word accent as I staple these together? I enjoy using the analogy of going up and down stairs. I go from syllable. Oh, if by word accent, okay, for example, the word interesting goes like this. In has a high pitch, tur, ras, and medium. Yes, okay. So this is the thing. Good. Okay, so I want to show you something. So Andy, this is so funny. One of the things I had planned, I'm going to draw this out. It's the easiest way to draw it out. This is so funny. So I was just thinking about this today, and I was trying to, it's so funny that you mentioned that. So here's what I was planning. Let me show this to you. So as we're going through some of these common phrases, I don't know if we'll have time to do it for all of them, but we'll do at least for a lot, like the main ones that matter to them. So let's take, for example, like, are you hungry? Okay. Are you hungry? So we have, and actually I should separate this differently. Are you hungry? Actually, it's hungry, really. Okay. So we have, are you hungry, right? Are you hungry, right? Are you hungry? 1, 2, 3, 4 syllables. So if we slow it down, right, it becomes like, are, right? So what's happening to their voice is it's going kind of up, right? Are you, so are you hungry? So this goes down a bit. Are you hungry? Down a bit. So are you hungry, right? So it goes down again. Hungry, right? So are you hungry, right? And then also you got to look at what you're mentioning here is if it's like high, medium, or low, right? So you could look at it. This is going to depend. This is really going to depend on a lot of the sentences, and it's going to be interesting, right? But it's almost like, so if we look at, are you hungry? Are, to me, has like a high pitch relatively. Are you feels, actually, are you hungry? Are you hung? It's almost like a mid, right? And then hung becomes low, gree becomes high, right? So are you hungry? Are you hungry? Like when you look at what's happening, it starts high, drops middle, goes kind of low, and then comes back up to high. It's almost like this like valley, right? Can you guys see that? I don't know if you guys can see it. I should probably look carefully, right? Let's do like this. Yes, and see. Right, so are you hungry? High, medium, low, high, right? Da, 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 right? Like da, da, right? Like when you look at it. And so it's so funny you're mentioning that because it's something we're going to go through. I mean, I don't think we're going to spend a crazy amount of time on it. Like especially the pitch, like the high, medium, low, like we'll see how the group is, but I don't think we'll spend a ton of time on it because this is like an intro. Anyone can show up, and I have a funny, like sometimes I have a funny feeling we might even focus on different stuff than what I prepped for, depending on where the group takes it. But yeah, totally, it's a big thing, right? It's so funny. Is there a better way to like visually show this than what I've done? That's something I need to research, but I'm pretty sure this makes sense. Da na na na. Cool. Anyway, keep the stapling going. Oopsies. There we go. Staple, 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 staple. Interesting. Yeah, I guess it does. Interesting. Interesting. It's like a, yeah, I get it. Interesting. Yeah. Or like if you look at a word like questions, similar, right? Questions, like high, low. And yeah, I guess you could look at it into like specific words too. It's interesting. Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if it comes up. If it's something like I have a weird feeling today. We're gonna spend. I have such a funny feeling that we're not even gonna get to a lot of rhythm, because I think there's gonna be people that come in with like real core pronunciation issues. Like I think people are gonna be saying like sink instead of think. Like I think we're gonna be pulling out like, okay, everyone, take your tongue, stick it here, stick it a little bit out of your mouth, touching your top teeth. Blow out. And some people are gonna end up going like, right? Because their tongue's gonna be too tight. Some people are gonna go like, right? Yeah, it's just interesting. But even though hung in "Are you hungry" has a low pitch, as you said, "Are you hungry?" The syllable hung is stressed. Yeah, that's a good point. Pronounce slightly louder. Yeah, very good point, Andy. Yep, very true. But yes, I agree. It's more of an intermediate, like intro. Probably. I mean, maybe they'll be really good. Who the heck knows? I'm really. I'm going to be recording it and I'll post it. I mean, unless barring any weird circumstances where I find out I can't record, I'll be recording. So I should actually put that on the list of things to bring. So I might forget it by accident. Let's just put it in the list here. Bring camera. Tripod. And GorillaPod. Here we go, save. So I'll probably need a couple of backup, like one or, I have other activities planned, but, you know what I haven't done that I need to do? Oh, this is a big one. This is important. I don't think I have a dialogue as well, a dialogue activity. I have not prepared my dialogue. Andy, any dialogue ideas? Like any particular dialogues between people that you recommend online that you know of? I'm sure I can find one or make one. I can make it pretty quickly too, but I just realized I haven't touched that yet. See, this is stuff like I theoretically could be doing the day before, like a week before, but I always like these little things, like just the papers and like the final plan, like the final stuff. I always want to do the day of. I don't know why. It's one of those things. Because I keep getting better ideas as the event. No matter how many times I've done something, I always get better ideas as we get closer and closer to the event. So, all right, these are done. These are done. I should have saved paper and double-sided things. I just realized that. That's a shame. I should have thought that through too. I'm getting hungry, but there's things I still need to prepare and get done. Maybe I'll just make like a quick snack that I'll eat at the same time. So that can go there. That can go there. Let's go get a quick snack, guys. Just a quick, make a fruit salad or something quickly. Whip it up. Are you hungry? Yes, I am hungry. How about you? Are you hungry? I don't know. I don't know if you're hungry. I know he's hungry, but she's not hungry. What is happening? I think people should be more hungry. What? Oh, by the way, you guys have to go to my Facebook. I shared something. It's so funny. Go to my Facebook, at PolyglotAzren. I just shared a really cool link. It's like how do you call it? It's like an algorithm that will determine where you are from and what your native language is. It's super cool. It's really fascinating. I thought it's interesting. Check it out. It's on my Facebook. It's like the second most recent post. Let's make a fruit salad. Let's make a fruit salad. No worries, Andy. It's fine. I'll find one. It's not difficult, but I just realized I haven't prepared it. That watermelon is there. Let's see. We have oranges. Oh, here's a fun fact. In China, I might have shared this once, but in China, I used to have a daily fruit salad for like a mid-afternoon snack. It had like bananas, apples. It was a big one. bananas, apples, mandarin oranges. Anything else? Anyway, I've had a few different fruits. I used to put honey over top, and it was like so good. So good. Okay. There's no peanut butter. What? Where's the peanut butter? Come to my basement. Get some peanut butter. Or do you have any peanut butter? You see peanut butter. Peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter. Peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter. Oh, we have an avocado too. But avocados, ooh, it's really ripe. I'll put that in my burrito. I'll make a burrito later. Oh, there's strawberries. Would you look at that? Oh yeah, I used to put strawberries in my salad in China, but the strawberries in China are really expensive. I think it was like, I can't remember how much they were, but they're so pricey. Like I felt like I was shopping back in Canada. I was like, what is happening? Like, why is there so much money for strawberries? But turns out they don't grow there, so they import them. What time is it? 3:30. I gotta leave my house in an hour and a half. Hour and a half to finish all the final prep. Banana, orange. Quick question, do you prefer mandarin oranges or like the big oranges, like the navel oranges? Which do you prefer? Here's a fun fact about strawberries. Since people are talking, since Andy mentioned them in the chat. Oh, this is not a good orange. Ooh, this is a bad orange. I picked this one poorly. Two things. I have a, oh, this is really gross. Yuck. Yuck. So two things. Oranges. Number one, I have a talent for picking out good mandarin oranges. I really know which ones taste good and which ones don't. I'm really good at that. But anyway, second thing, a lot of berries. So if you buy berries in grocery stores here in Canada, right? They are, I'll show you in a second once I finish peeling this orange. If you buy, if you buy them in Canada, berries, like strawberries, for example, look like this. They're kind of like, they're very firm, right? They're very firm. But the thing about berries, generally speaking, they are actually not usually, like you don't want the firm ones. The firm ones are very sour and tart. You actually want like the soft, mushy, yucky ones. Like I remember I went on a farm when I think it was in France. Oh, it must have been in France, yeah. And we went out raspberry picking. And I was picking all the raspberries that were like, looked kind of like a raspberry that I recognized. And my French friend who's with me, he's like, Azren, what are you doing? Why are you picking those raspberries? Like those ones are gonna be so sour. You want these really like soft and mushy and like kind of gross looking ones that like stain your clothes. And I was like, what? And yeah, so apparently like because we genetically modify our fruit, a lot of the stuff we buy are very, you know, big and like, yeah, interesting. Learn something new every day. Okay. I'm really hungry, guys. Holy moly. I prefer the mushy strawberries too, overripe. Same with bananas. I'd rather have a little brown than a greenish one. Yeah, bananas, I prefer, like I would prefer a little bit brown than a little bit green, but I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of overripe bananas. Like a little bit, I can't do that. Overripe berries, absolutely. Like overripe strawberries, overripe, what do you call it? raspberries or whatever, blueberries, but I can't quite do it with like bananas. Like this to me, these are like perfect bananas to me, like this, right? They're like good banana, like in terms of like ripeness. But our bananas too, everything's genetically modified, man. I'm not sure if I haven't done enough research on it. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of. I don't know though. I'm not sure how I feel about genetic modification. There we go. Or GMO, or GMOs or whatever you call them. Okay. Back to work. Actually, do I want to work in this office? Do I need this office, or I can just work in the kitchen for now? Until I need to print. So I need to find what's the next thing on the list? Yeah, that's true. Overripe bananas are good for milkshakes. I will give you that, Andy. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me again. So I need to find. So sheet with the statements is completely done. Dialogues. Each person. Okay, so I need like let's even Google it. Do you think Google could find it for us? Good. Dialogues for practicing pronunciation, or I should do like a dialogue for like an audition. Like, wouldn't that be fun? They have to do like an audition. I don't know. Unless we get a bunch of like introverted people, that maybe not, but that'd be kind of fun potentially. It's funny that I said that. The first link in Google: read a film script for pronunciation practice. Well, give me a. Well, they don't have any scripts here, so let's. Connected speech practice dialogues. This could be okay. Oh yeah, this might work. What? What is this? There's a really short dialogue here. It's like, hey, Jake, how are you? I'm kind of upset. Why? What's the matter? I lent $100 to my friend last week, but he still hasn't paid me back. You shouldn't have lent money to him. It's not good when money gets between friends. I know. He was supposed to pay me back yesterday, but he didn't. He didn't even mention it. I bet you he has forgotten about it. Why don't you remind him? I guess I have to. Actually, that's not bad. This has got some really good, and this is good like tonal practice, actually. Really good tonal practice. This can be one dialogue. Maybe I can give like 3, 4, 5 dialogues, like short ones like this, instead of one long one. Okay. You can often use any funny short dialogue to practice pronunciation. And you can find jazz chants on YouTube. What is jazz chants? Is that the book you mentioned? It's your jazz chants.
Greetings. Item 1. Hi, how are you?
Cool. Okay, I see what this is. Okay. We don't have access to tech, unfortunately, not this time, so I won't be able to use that, but I will use that in the future. Okay, so I'm going to use this one dialogue on this website. I'll just copy paste that and maybe link to them. Or I could even just print out the sheet. There's another one here too. What are you doing? Studying. What are you doing? Studying. I have a lot of homework. I hate math. I hate math. I wish I could drop out of school. Well, you have to go because you need to get your diploma. I guess so. Hey, have you seen Benjamin? No. If he's not in his room, he must have gone out. He could have gone to the park to play basketball. It is a nice day. Okay, I'll look for him there. Later. That's a weird one. I could like adapt that one a bit. This one's not bad, actually. What are you doing? Studying. I have a lot of homework. I hate math. I wish I could drop out of school. Does that sound natural? I wish I could drop out of school. Yeah, it does. Well, you have to go because you need to get your diploma. I guess so. Hey, have you seen Benjamin? No. If he's not in his room, then he must have gone out. He could have gone to the park to play basketball. It is a nice day. Okay, I'll look for him there later. Those are two good ones. those two look good. I'll use those, so I'll just copy paste those into a Word. So much paper. I don't want to waste all this paper though. I wish I had a projector. That'd be so much better. Next time I'll need a projector. I need to buy a projector potentially. I often tell myself I wish I had a projector. I always end up borrowing from someone, but I should get my own. Okay, let's use this one. I should have not printed this yet. I should have well, it is what it is. Next time I've learned from a mistake. Okay. Next time it is. That's one. We need dialogue number 2, which is not bad. I guess I have to. Whoa, that was weird. What is happening? There we go. Whoa. That was weird on my Word document. Okay, there we go. What is happening? There we go. Okay. All right. See you, people who are leaving. Seem like a couple are leaving, so see you guys. Oh, I have a good idea. Famous movie dialogues. Oh, that would be so cool. Let's find like an iconic dialogue. That'd be so good. Literally, okay, this is funny. Check this out. Actually, not check it out, but like I literally the first thing that shows up when I Google this, I'll actually show it to you. I will show you. Can you hear me actually? Just noticed something. Shows up? Yeah, you can. Okay. When I search famous movie dialogues, I get 40 famous Bollywood dialogues. Not English movie ones, I get Bollywood ones. Why? That's funny. Let's see. Oh, you know, be so much fun. I got to do this another time. Or maybe if we do it this time. No, a smaller group. This would be better. It'd be so much fun to take like a really dramatic, like short but dramatic monologue from a movie, and we practice like nailing it down. That'd be so cool. Let's see here. Why is it going in Bollywood movies? I want Bollywood. I want Hollywood. Like, what is happening? This is not Hindi lesson. Let's see. Like Lord of the Rings people have seen, right? Like, is there like a Lord of the Rings dialogue? That's just cool. But Lord of the Rings is pretty like different English, I guess. You would think that there's like websites on famous movie dialogues, but it's actually difficult to find so far. We'll say conversations. Let's say transcript. I just found a transcript of a BBC interview with Barack Obama. Can we use that? Is that interesting? Can we use a portion of that and then people would practice dialogue like that? Maybe. Let's see. I suppose that, he famously, excuse me, you famously said when he went to Africa, I think when he first, what we need is strong constitutions and, I don't like this one. This is really complex English. Let's do another interview. Oprah's celebrity interviews from the O magazine. Oh, let's look at that. People know Oprah. This is really difficult. Okay, let's look for connected speech dialogues. Maybe connected speech, we can find something. Oh, here we go. I might have found something. Art class, art class. Cheap like coffee, cheap like coffee. No, I don't want this. I want like a dialogue. Give me a dialogue. Connected speech worksheet. Let's see, connected speech. Like I can find something here. Maybe in exercises. Nope. Try this. Friends. I like Friends. Why don't I do dialogues from Friends? Excuse me. Her place is really not. Oh, there's some interesting ones here. There's some like quick like two-liners and stuff here. There's some really quick dialogues on this website about like from Friends, which is interesting. I could use some of these actually. Some quick two-liners and one-liners. Okay, I got some good dialogues from Friends. Perfect. Amazing. Let's use some of these. Excuse me. No, I think that went well. It could have been worse. He could have shot her. You know, you throw your jacket on a chair at the end of a day. Well, like that. Only instead of a chair, it's a pile of garbage. Instead of a jacket, it's a pile of garbage. And then they. Okay, can use this one. This is a good one here. We were just wondering if Chandler's girlfriend is a girl. Oh, well, just ask her how long she's gonna live. Women live longer than men. Women live longer than men. Women live longer than men. Hold on. Oh man, I don't watch Friends now. Okay, this is not a. Okay, I can use this one here. This is. Oh, this first was actually. This one's better. Let's use that. Okay, activity number 2 is prepared. Done. The dialogues are ready. I have 4 different dialogues. One of which is, oh, what the heck? Oh, there's 2 pages. Okay. One of which, or 2 of which are a little bit longer. So we can save. Let's go print this out. We don't need 15 or 12 of these. Maybe if we print out, let's see, let's do this 12 people. 12 people come. Like 7 maybe. Let's bring out 7 of these guys. Okay, let's go print. Who's still watching? I see there's a couple people. Who are they? Type in the chat. Type in. I want to know who's still here. Okay. Okay, got those guys ready. All right, what else do I have left to do? Okay, this is a quick one. Let's get need to get markers and stuff for whiteboard. So how many markers do I have that work? I actually might need to purchase some whiteboard markers. I don't have a lot anymore. They're running out. They're starting to get dry. So I have one here. I have, I think I have a second one in here that might work. I have 3 in here, actually. That's enough. So markers are there. I'm going to go buy markers today, actually. I should put that in my calendar. Go buy some markers at a dollar store or something. I'll do that today. Buy markers. I'm running out. Actually, I might have some in the basement. Oh, you know what? I might have some. Let me check. Come to the basement. Let's check if I have markers. I think I do. I remember now, actually. I remember putting some down here. Let me double check. Weren't they right here? Oh, maybe they're not here. I could have sworn that I had markers. Thought I had some. Apparently not. Huh. Very weird. Very, very weird. Okay. Maybe I don't. I do need to buy some then. Okay. It is what it is. So we have markers. I have, obviously, the whiteboard is at the facility. I always have this guy with me. Let's take this regardless. It's always useful to have this. Almost ready, guys, for this event. Okay, so markers are there. Eraser is there. So I can cross that off the list. That's done. No markers, no eraser. That's good. Put this guy away. All right, guys. I'm gonna head out. I got other stuff I have to prep, but yeah, I don't need this live stream going anymore. So peace out. See you guys later. Thanks to the people who joined on. Bye for now.